Assalamualaikum. Everyone. My name is Ezzat Fahmi. I'm a German SSE4350.
And my name is Muhamad Farid Nurul Hazwani. My metric number is 184509.
My name is Nurul Hazwani with Mahkamah, entry number 181801.
Okay, brief introduction of our project first. Our team decided to make a bracelet that would help in medical services and healthcare. So we thought that this particular field is very important because our health depends on it as well. We feel that there's a lot of turnover time, like we have to wait for the process to finish before we can move on to another process, especially with registration. And there is also complication in getting medicines, the correct medicine for every patient that will cost life as well. We hope that our innovation would help these problem be more. We will help more. I'm sorry. Will help more on this field.
So, we have been looking for the solution. I mean, as basically the hospital management having the problems on this kind of problems where they facing the record is not up to date, and they usually having difficulties on looking for the patients around the hospital, and they cannot obtain the medical history. It's very difficult. Now we introduce you the Medicare bracelet with RFID, and this bracelet is used cloud computing in order to keep track the patient records, and the bracelet is can track the patient locations around the hospitals. So this is the bracelet abilities. The benefits of this Medicare bracelet is to enhance the healthcare systems in order to make the management of the hospital in a manageable way. So they can easily access the patient records. It's reduce the time for treatments and reduce the patients and doctors' stress in handling the patient, in handling the process of the treatment. Right. So,
how we can compare our products to traditional way? So we take a look on how it goes again, PEPPER or for end of life kind of condition. We can see a lot of at least 65% people feel that it's more efficient than normal traditional one, and also physicians who used it feel much more satisfied compared to using the traditional one. We can't find the Malaysia software, but we found a similar system in other countries to back up our findings.
So these SRs, we including the performance, whereby the system should be able to calculate and display the result as soon as possible, depending of the problem conditions. And the functionality is the bracelet. The system should be able to give the accurate locations within the 500 meters range, and the system should alert the user about the location of the patient by giving the user the notifications of the patient location. The usability. The system must be able to make the user understand how to use the system, and the scalability. The system should be able to handle 1,000 patient records.
So other requirements we might look at technical aspects, for example, in medical fields. We have consent of documents, which means not everyone can access your medical patient records, and you can't also a doctor can't just give out the medical records to any other third parties. They need to ask the patient consent, they need to approve it, and then they can share it to other third parties, for example, your employees, and idea you want to see it, you have to go through the patient consent first. Next one is
use case design. So this is our use case design for mobile applications. So the scan bracelet use case can be accessed by the doctor, and then for the diagnosed conditions use case, it can access by the doctor, and for the monitor patient health, it can access by the nurse and doctor. For the track patient locations, it's only can use by the nurse. Then this is the alert nurse. When the nurse track the patients, it will give the alerts to the nurse where the patient location is. Alright. So the nurse, these managed medical records can be only accessed by the nurse, and review medical record can be accessed by nurse, doctor, and patients. Only the nurse can create a medical record, update patient medical record, and review the medical record. And this is the cloud server. All the records have been saved into this cloud service. This is activity diagrams. So this is the activity diagrams for scan bracelet ID, diagnose patient's condition, track patient location, and monitor patient health. So the user scan the bracelet ID to verify if the bracelet ID is verified, it will display the menu. If not, it will scan back the bracelet ID. Okay. Now, when display menu, there's options where the user can track the patient location, monitor the patient health, and diagnose the patient. So,
sorry, because it is too small, we cannot see. Skip.
Okay.
Also skip.
So this is technician diagram.
Okay.
And for the state mission diagram, we do the state mission diagram for bracelet. For our bracelet, we have 4 states, which is either active, alert, and unpaired. At the beginning, the bracelet is in idle state, and when it being scanned, the bracelet being scanned, it goes to active state, and in the active state, it can do other process, and for example, it can track, so it become in the alert state, and after it has finished the process, it goes back to the idle state, and same goes to other. It can do other process such as monitor and also diagnose, and after it finish the process, it will turn into idle state, and the bracelet become unpaired in unpaired state when the device is disconnect. When the bracelet is disconnect from the devices, and the state mission diagram finished.
Okay, continue.
And for the component diagram, there are 3 component diagram in the medical bracelet: alert, diagnose, and location. Alert will provide the data such as send alert. It will send alert to the interface I observe, and the cloud will capture the cloud will take the data and store in the cloud. And the same goes to the diagnose. The operation is send diagnose. It will send diagnose to the interface. Will provide the interface, and it will the cloud will require the data and store in the cloud. And also in the location, the computer will get location to the interface, to the iLocation interface, and it will store in the medical record. And in the cloud, it have two components, analytic and medical record. Both of them require each other because sometimes analytic data need data from the medical record, and medical record also need data from the analytic data. And then all the stored data will be provided to the interface iAnalytic and iMedical interface, and it will be displayed to the devices, web and mobile.
You have demo.
This
I think it's stick to demo.
It's not more of a demo, it's just a mock-up on how it works.
Yeah, so
This is a prototype for our bracelet, which is the module we have for the heartbeat sensor, control unit, to get all the data and process it. The module for temperature, GPS, and the chip itself is really small, so great size and really nice. There's a display here, a digital screen. We use digital screen because it's quite cheap to procure one, and a single button which can be used for the alarm or alert the nurse if you have an emergency. Next, underneath the bracelet, we have a sweat disease sensor. It will detect chloride ions in your body through sweat, and also your glucose level, so you can know if you're diabetic or have certain diseases. You have certain disease. The RFID will interact with the router or the UHF frequency. Will power up the RFID, and the RFID will send back the info to the router.
Okay, continue. Demo.
So this is a web page for the doctor. So one of our doctor, we will have a biodata profile for them, and they can go to patient to check what patient they have right now, or they assigned to. For example, one of the patient here, we can see their health stats and also the current temperature and other health status. We can also check their medical records for the past to know what they have been or what they've done earlier. So we can also get their previous sickness, so we can know more about their sickness. Okay, for mobile apps, it's similar as well, but this is on the patient side itself. The patient will also can check their own medical records. They can also check their current state of health, and they have provision settings to share the medical reports to other parties as well. That's it from us.
I believe we have issues to highlight.
What device are you using to detect or read the RFID bracelet? The component. Other than RFID bracelet as one of the main component, what are the rest?
So we showed you a few sensors that work with it.
They want inside the bracelet, right? Other than bracelet.
Other bracelet. For now, we don't integrate any other outside bracelet, but the doctor can also make their own diagnose by looking at the stats of their health, and then they can also add it to the medical records.
Using what device?
No, they not device, but just doctor from the experience, because doctor can tell.
Wait, how does it work now? Patient, say I'm a doctor, the patient comes to me with a bracelet, he's already wearing a bracelet. What can I do now?
Okay, so the data is in your bracelet, so doctor can have a sensor or a reader for RFID and scan the bracelet, and all the information will come there through the database itself. They just hold the the bracelet just hold the IDs.
Okay. So a doctor will need a special device to scan the bracelet.
That's the answer.
I'm just trying to understand how the device is supposed to work. Mr. Saiful.
I want to ask him about the ASR, architecture requirement. I think lah, you need put security.
Yes.
Because you involve the information patient. So I think we don't know. We don't need to share for the other parties to participate in our life between the doctor and patient. I think security is I think one. And the other one, I want to know your opinion. If I have a bracelet and I go to another hospital, can this information can share between this hospital?
Yes. We did take that into account because we want to make a centralized system. So probably we have to coordinate with the other hospitals as well. For this to happen, we need the ministry to coordinate the transaction of the medical as well, because it's really private issue. So it can't be just between two parties. We need a third party to see how the transaction goes.
For information, for the moment, for example, Putrajaya, clinic kesihatan Putrajaya, if the 5 patient go to Putrajaya and I need to follow up in the hospital Putrajaya, so information, they have a system they call MAPI. I forgot. They have a system. They share information. So if your proposal, I insisted your proposal have a bracelet information help. So in another way, sharing other party kesihatan to hospital and bring together information in bracelet is good. Because maybe in hospital, if in a way in hospital we don't know weapon and somebody bring to hospital and scan, we know this patient what status they are is good. But for the patient that I have to share, that in ministry they have in cooperation. But what they extend to another hospital, I'm not sure. But from the clinic kesihatan and to hospital, they have
Government clinics, government hospitals.
This issue is compatibility as well, because it's hard to, especially for private as well, because we had hard to coordinate with them because they have their own policy as well. So that's one.
I think that if this were to go well, satu, it has to be governed by the government in some way, where you store the citizens' medical records and how it has to be implemented by the government, and still maybe deployed by law. That is one way of looking at it. But I have an issue with the overall architecture. Okay. My issue is this: one, the bracelet is mostly the technology you're focusing on right now is RFID, which is fine. And then you have the chip where initially I thought it was just the RFID. Okay, RFID, from what I understand, is a very passive technology, meaning it does not store data. If it can store data, very, very little. Not 64 byte, 64 bit, 97 bit, right? So very, very little. Altogether, I don't know, maybe just 8 letters, 10 letters. Okay, so what it stores is mostly identity, unique ID of the person carrying it, right? So, but then you showed me the chip and whatnot. Okay, then that makes more sense. However, when it comes to sending data over to the server, right? My question initially, I'm having issue with data. Where is data being stored? It cannot be stored in the bracelet, okay? And then so it has to be stored off the bracelet, okay? So to be able to store that off the bracelet, it has to be able to send the data out, all right? But your RFID, even with the chip and whatnot, and then you should be some Wi-Fi thingy, meaning it will be using the internet. For the internet to work, for the Wi-Fi to work, meaning your bracelet, RFID alone cannot work. Okay, what it needs to have is Wi-Fi antenna. But I don't know if there's any technology that has Wi-Fi antenna on bracelet today. Normally what people have, what technology is available nowadays is when you have a bracelet, your bracelet is it's either, if it is a big enough bracelet, then you can put in a chip, SIM card. Then you can configure for it to send directly using 3G, using 4G or not. Otherwise, the bracelet needs to be synced with your phone via Bluetooth. Then your phone send data. Right? So those are the stuff that are not being discussed in the presentation. So I have an issue with the overall implementation of the system, architecture-wise. Yeah, basically that. So in a way, I think it is not well thought of. Minta maaf lah. Unless you have anything else to comment. If you have to come back to that.
At first we thought that we could just use a reader, which is an ultra high frequency, which is covers a lot of range in a room for every room in the hospital. So it would scan continuously to the, but it won't work outside the hospital. That's the problem. But we thought that it will just work in the hospital because one of the requirements for medical records is it cannot be bring up out of the compartment itself for the facilities. So when you check out, your account will be in passive mode, which means you can only access when you're in the area of the hospital. So the bracelet only works when you're in the hospital, and it'll always gonna send data through the reader, and then it will connect to the router to send all the data to the internet.
No, I think you don't understand the questions properly. And the other scenario that also and then also the scenario that you established. Okay, the idea that they have is like the patient will be in the hospital compound, right? So in the hospital compound, okay, and one of the things they will able to, the features of the system is they're able to locate the patients, correct?
Yes.
Okay, but that is one scenario. But the concern here is about your medical records. Why for example, your bracelet, how it actually talks to the networks, how your cloud, because the capacity of the bracelet is limited. Why is it not possible? Like, for example, use the mobile phones to have this data stored, and then your mobile phones, in another scenario, is actually synced to the cloud. You know, because the information is not just going to be available inside the buildings, inside the hospital. It actually will be available all the time inside the cloud and documents, right?
I think this guy understand the high level, but they not present very well on how they get into complete solution. So the RFID actually is available in many sizes actually. Can be more memory actually right now. And then the read by the chef, but you not explain that one very clearly. You put router, then it's not right. It must have reader, RFID reader exactly, and connect to the system. So from there you can do cloud whatever. But one thing I think you overlook to consider about the safety of using RFID reader in the hospital. Is it comply to the lab, to the X-ray area, in the operation room? Is it able? Is it allowable to use some gadget or the electrical device or sensor device in that area? So is it using the compound? So that means using it 24/7 anywhere in the compound. You cannot take off that in it.
You can, but in certain cases, if like you're doing a operation, of course you have to take out because you can interfere with the
But that the consideration I think you need to address.
so
For safety. In hospital it's all about safety. Instead of technology, it's about safety. So you need to address the safety also lah. That's all.
Oh, yeah, wondering, could I see the view from the mock-up for the doctors? I'm just wondering, maybe is this one of the things about the system is about locating the patients?
Oh,
So how do you actually locate patients?
so
Because you mentioned that the patient would suddenly collapse in the hospital.
okay,
and
so
locate.
this location it will tell you which side of the patient right now. So if they're alert, they'll get the doctor will get a notification which the patient is in emergency problem.
I think this can only work. This can only work if there are RFID sensors all across the hospital. Reader, yeah. Reader. So anytime you want to do a check on where the patient is, yeah, it will do a scan and find where that folder is. There's other implementation of RFID, for example, like inventory. Like imagine that there was this one time people proposed an RFID system for books, right? For publisher, they go and send books to shops. So it's quite tedious for them to go and find back all the books and see which has been sold and then issue an invoice for the bookshop. So one solution that they can do is to all the books have RFID, and when they go to the shop, they do a scan tag. They know they already have a list of all the books that are still in the store, and based on previous delivery order, they know which has been sold and issue an invoice. So RFID can locate something like that, but itulah I feel like the solution that you're presenting is not well thought through. If you were to locate people and I can open up a website and see where my patients are, you need to have a reader all across the hospital, that's not mentioned.
And also one of the things for the system features is able to monitor the patient conditions, which is also outside of the hospital, correct?
Yeah.
Because you have all the sensors to monitor the BP, you know,
The
what
sweat.
else, the sweat and whatever, right? It's not just in the hospital, it's going outside of the hospital. And how this data is actually being collected.
I think the bracelet can collect, but how is it being transmitted and stored?
But how far it can collect it, because due to the capacity that we're going to have, right? So I think if it is possible that what the right capacity should be there for the recipients.